Shortly after 9:40 p.m., November 15th, 2019, it's a Friday night in Belleville, Ontario that's about to change lives. The moment captured by multiple security cameras. A young teenager, his father and a friend, all from the nearby Tyendinaga Mohawk Reserve, arrive at a Taco Bell for a bite. They're being tailed by this off-duty officer, Constable Paul Fike. He followed them from a Lowe's hardware store, believing they shoplifted and that the teenager had stolen an energy drink. Fike calls dispatch. Belleville police respond. 1, 2, 3 cruisers arrive. Officers search the truck but find nothing. Officers enter the Taco Bell. Constable Jeffrey Smith, seen here, tells them they're all under arrest for a theft of a drink and suspicion they may have stolen other goods. The father and son agree to head outside to clear things up. They're handcuffed. Mario Baptiste Jr. remains seated. He says he didn't steal anything, shows his hardware store receipt. Smith grabs him, pulls. Fike, still off duty, runs in. They tackle Baptiste Jr., who loses consciousness. They deliver first aid and call an ambulance. Baptiste Jr. is taken out on a stretcher. Baptiste Jr. was taken to hospital that night. He was found with a broken finger, a cracked rib. The Special Investigations Unit, the SIU, the agency tasked with death or serious injury cases involving police, did not open an immediate probe. The Baptiste family filed multiple complaints. 13 months after the incident, the SIU opened an investigation.
He lost vital signs. He was unconscious.
Stan Jolly, a retired senior civil servant in the Ministry of the Attorney General, doesn't understand why the SIU didn't immediately investigate.
Under normal circumstances, if the SIU were to invoke its mandate and start an investigation, the Taco Bell would have been surrounded with yellow tape.
In May 2021, the SIU ultimately charged the officers Fike and Smith with assault causing bodily harm. Neither the SIU nor the Belleville police will say anything more until the trial is wrapped. For its part, the hardware store never filed a complaint over any stolen items, and no charges were ever laid.
This was for a Powerade or a Gatorade.
Toronto lawyer Asha James represents Mario Baptiste Jr. in his separate civil suit against the Belleville police.
What's really unique about this is that, this off-duty officer took it upon himself to investigate this it seems, allegation from employees at Lowe's.
This video, along with a recorded interview between the SIU and Constable Jill McCauley, pictured here, were filed in the ongoing criminal trial of Fike and Smith.
You've been identified by the SIU as a witness.
She says officers only had one solid piece of evidence.
Do you have any idea from your knowledge of this investigation as to what was stolen from Lowe's?
A drink?
Okay, and was the drink located?
Not that I know of.
But the encounter would exact a heavy price from Baptiste Jr. Baptiste Jr.'s parents, Mario Sr. and Kathy Baptiste, have waited 4 years to see this video.
So that's him kneeing him, right?
Yeah.
I've never expected this, ever in my life. Maybe if you're protesting like we protest, or something, shit happens.
Something like that should happen to each and every one of their goddamn kids.
Baptiste Jr. wants his story told, but he's not ready to speak. His parents say he's been left with lasting emotional scars.
He's definitely not himself.
No. Like, why do you have to look after over your shoulders?
His father says there are historical racial tensions between Tyendinaga and Belleville.
And they're racist. I've lived in this area my entire life. I've lived on this reserve. I know all about the city of Belleville.
In a statement of defense filed in the separate civil suit, The Belleville police say Baptiste Jr. failed to obey reasonable commands from uniformed police officers and is the author of his own misfortune. The criminal trial of Fike and Smith is nearly done, but questions remain over why it took the SIU 13 months to investigate this case.
There needs to be an inquiry into what happened here, who covered it up, if there was a cover-up. Was there an honest misunderstanding about what constitutes a serious injury?
Questions that 4 years later still need answers. Jorge Barrera, CBC News, Belleville, Ontario.